Hi everyone, I'm Jason Samuel, the creative director of the Nigerian fashion brand Jason Porche. So the Jason Porche brand is a luxury bespoke fashion brand. We were established in 2012, and then since then we've been keeping up to and living up the name of offering bespoke, classic luxury pieces to men, sometimes women as well. We also plan to unveil a complete wedding package, which is going to include wedding dresses as well. So the Jason Porche brand is a brand which I plan to develop and build to the point that it becomes not just a fashion label but also a lifestyle. I want to be able to create a legacy, basically. That's the goal. My collections are very personal. So first of all, most of the time I'm inspired by life. I'm inspired by how I feel at the time. So let's say I'm inspired by life, my emotions, and my environment. To be able to create a collection, most of the time I'm sensitive to what's going on around me, what's happening to me at that time of my life, and that's how I come up with the names, looking back from all my collections to Skyfall, Wanderlust, Bella Vista, though all Kairos and Chronos, all those collections are inspired by moments in my life and the things that were happening at the time. So I'm a very deep person. I'm big on life, and so for me, basically, I would say in summary that I'm inspired by life. Sometimes I start creating a collection and it all gets blank. Like I can't continue the other part of the collection. I have to go and search for fresh inspiration to be able to complete it and all. It happens once in a while. I think I think we call it the creative block. Sometimes you just lose sight of what you should be creating, or it happens once in a while. First of all, I know and I'm very sure that I cannot please everyone, and sometimes we try to offer the best, and there are situations or times when the customer wouldn't be satisfied with that best that you're giving at the time, and also our collections, there are times where as a creative person you need to go back, rebrand, and come back bigger and stronger. So it's a process. You have to be persistent, you have to be consistent, you have to keep going. You have to make sure you're giving out what people would love. So it's not just about creating a brand and leaving it there. You have to put in work to actually keep giving people what they would accept. My collection unveiling at South African Menswear Week in Cape Town was a very emotional one for me. I came up with the name Wanderlust because it was a time for me where I needed to travel to experience what it would be like to unveil a collection in another country that's not Nigeria, and it was really good because it was hugely accepted. The collection gained huge momentum, and it was an interesting one for me because on the runway or at the show, I happened to be the only suit maker, and it got more emotional for me. But it was a really good experience. The name of the collection was created out of the passion to travel and unveil my work. So that's how I came with the name Wanderlust. And then the whole collection itself was just a combination of colors, different cuts. It was a whole different experience, but it was still luxury themed. It was a good one, and we plan to do it more often. For me as a creative person, most times to be able to create a collection, I listen to a lot of music. Before I named my collection Wanderlust, I was listening to one of the albums from The Weeknd, and he has about 2 songs titled Wanderlust on the same album, and I really liked it. And then it happened to be a time when I was supposed to travel to unveil a collection, so the whole the whole craving, the whole desire, the whole strive to unveil my collection in another part of Africa was the whole wanderlust vibe for me. So music for me plays a big role in fashion. I feel like they walk hand in hand personally. Yeah. One of the projects I enjoyed working on was the one I did in Ghana, the Glitz Africa fashion event. I unveiled a collection called Twisted Fictions. It was another good experience for me because the collection was accepted and the collection was accepted and there was huge momentum. Everyone was excited about it. It was fun. That was another experience I really enjoyed working on. In 2017, our pop-up event we did before we launched the store was another experience I really enjoyed working on. It was big. It was the first partnership that a liquor brand called Belle did with any fashion brand in Nigeria, and it was an exciting one for me. We had a lot of visitors, we made sales, and it was good. It was good because I didn't even really put in much because I just had this confidence that I was going to be able to pull out the event, and it felt good that the result was amazing. So I plan to put in better and achieve better over the years. There are important skills that anyone will need to have to be able to do the fashion business. First of all, you need to have, I don't know if that's a skill, but you need to have passion for that. When you have passion for what it is that you're going into, then you'll be able to live through any process, because it's a process. Building your brand is a process, and it keeps on going on over and over the years. That being said, you need to be creative. You need to, possibly not everyone knows how to do illustrations of art and everything, but you need to be creative. You need to have a good eye for fabrics. You need to have a good eye for design. You need to be able to play with colors. You need to be able to do color combos. You need to understand the art of garment construction. You need to understand that you have to be able to create a relationship between the wearer and the piece of clothing. It's not just about putting clothes on people. You need to understand that there's a structure that needs to be fit or put into to get the best results for the person. That's mostly for people who do bespoke tailoring. So if I'm to outline the skills, I would say fashion illustration is key, because what it helps you do is it helps you plan everything. You need to be able to create a mood board. So it helps you put everything down on paper and get a solution. You need to understand the art of garment construction. How does a piece of clothing come together? Yes, you don't have to be able to make that yourself. You could hire a tailor, but you need to understand the art of garment construction. That's very important. And then you need to understand the business of fashion. It's one thing to be able to create clothes, it's another thing to understand the business. When you understand what the people want, when you understand what has to be seen out there, understanding the business of fashion takes you a long way. So those are the three basic things: understanding the business of fashion, fashion illustration, and understanding the art of garment construction. But for all these things to work and go hand in hand, you need to have huge passion for what it is that you do. I stay up to date by staying glued to the trends. What are my favorite designers making? What are my idols or my icons, the people that I look up to? What are they creating? That gives me an insight of what it is that people want at the time. So it inspires me, and I recreate based on the things that I see that are trending. Hi everyone, I'm Justin Samo, Creative Director of the Nigerian fashion brand Porche, and you're in my creative space. I'll be giving you a mini tour on some items here in the store. This is the mannequin for my masterpieces. Any of my favorite pieces at the time are usually in this space, because as soon as my clients walk into the store, I want that to catch their eye. This is my board. It's like my mood board where I just draft my inspiration and things that I want, my projects that I intend to do for the year. This is a rack for a couple of ready-to-wear pieces. Uh, this is a rack for ready-to-wear pieces and clients. Same here, and then there is the space for female pieces. This shelf contains a couple of shirts, caftans. Some of them are ready to wear, some of them are for clients. The one below is for fabrics that we stock here. Those are boxes of our footwear. We gifted some clients in December, so those are like boxes for our footwear. That's basically about it. So yeah, you can follow us on Instagram at Porche, or you can stop by the store at Brasses Place, 69 Admiralty Way, Lekki, Lagos.